Hello everyone and welcome to my channel Make It Yourself. In today's video we are going to learn how to make this Halloween special wind spinner. So this wind spinner has a skull with two faces attached at the bottom. The tutorial for the wind spinner itself is available in this other video, the link to which is provided above. And in this video we will learn how to make the skull along with the bow and the mustache, which is stitched to both the sides of the face. So let's get started. We will first start off by making the skull. So we're using a white yarn and we'll start off by making a slip knot. After this we're going to chain 10. Guys, the details regarding the hook size and the yarn used will be available in the description, so do refer to the description part for more details. So we have chain 10. Now starting from the next chain, we're going to first make one single crochet in the first chain, then another in the next chain, and we will continue this till the end of the chain, so that by the end of the round we have 9 single crochets. So as you can see, we are making one single crochet in each chain, and by the end of this round we will have a total of 9 single crochets. So after the 9th stitch we are going to chain 4 and then we are going to turn. So here first we'll chain 3. The chain 3 acts as a double crochet and then an additional chain 1. So we're going to turn here and then we are going to skip one stitch, and into the next stitch we are going to make one double crochet. Now we are going to chain 1 again and skip one more stitch, and into the next stitch we will make one double crochet. We're going to chain 1 again, skip one stitch and make another double crochet. Now chain 1 again and skip one stitch, and into the last stitch make the 4th double crochet. So the first chain of 3, that is another double crochet, that acts as the first double crochet. So we have a total of 5 double crochet. Now we're going to chain 4 again and turn. Here too the chain 4, the first 3 chain acts as a double crochet and then one extra additional chain. Now here what we're going to do is we are going to skip the chain 1 space, and on top of the double crochet of previous row we're going to make another double crochet. Now chain 1 again and then skip the chain 1 space, and on top of the double crochet make another double crochet. So repeat this process 4 times till the end of the row. So here for the last one we're going to chain 1 and we're going to count 3 from the bottom. So we're going to count 3 chains from the bottom, and into the 3rd chain we are going to make our last double crochet. So this is the 3rd chain, and we're going to yarn over and we're going to put a hook through both the loops of the chain and then pull through it and then make our double crochet. Now we are going to chain 1 and turn our work. So we are not going to count this chain 1 as a stitch. Now into the first stitch we are going to make 2 half double crochets. This is the first half double crochet, and into the same one we're going to make another half double crochet. Then next We are going to make one single crochet in the chain 1 space. Now another single crochet over the double crochet. So it is the double crochet of the previous row. So over this stitch we are going to make one single crochet, and then again over the chain 1 space another single crochet, another single crochet over the double crochet. So we'll do this 4 times over each of the stitches of the previous row. And when we reach the last chain 1 space, after that into the third chain from the bottom, we are going to make 2 half double crochets. So count 3 chains from the bottom, 1, 2, 3, and into the third chain we are going to make 2 half double crochet. So here to put your hook through both the loops and pull the yarn through it and make the first half double crochet, and then again make another half double crochet through the same stitch. Now we're going to chain 1 and turn our work. So here to the chain 1 doesn't count as a stitch. Then we're going to make one single crochet in the first stitch. Then we're going to make one half double crochet in the next stitch. Now we're going to make 7 single crochets in the next 7 stitches. So 1 single crochet, 2 single crochet, 3 single crochet, 4 single crochet, 5 single crochet, 6 single crochet, and 7 single crochet. Now into the next stitch we are going to make one half double crochet. So we're going to make, this is the half double crochet, and into the last stitch we're going to make one single crochet. So now chain 1 and turn your work. This chain 1 doesn't count as a stitch. We're going to make one single crochet in the first stitch. Then we're going to make 4 double crochets into the next 4 stitches. So first double crochet, the second double crochet, the third double crochet, and the fourth double crochet. Now into the next stitch we are first going to make one double crochet, then we are going to make a chain of 3, chain 1, chain 2, chain 3, and into the same stitch we are going to make one more double crochet. So this will create the space for the nose area. Now we're going to make 4 double crochets in the next 4 stitches. So first double crochet in the first stitch, second double crochet in the second stitch, third double crochet in the third stitch, and the fourth one in the fourth stitch. And we're going to end this row with single crochet in the last stitch. So we're going to make our single crochet in the last stitch, and then we're going to chain 1 and turn our work, and this chain 1 doesn't count as a stitch. So now for this row we are going to first make one single crochet, then we are going to make 4 double crochet over the next 4 stitches. So this is the first double crochet, then the second double crochet, third double crochet, and the fourth double crochet. Now the next stitch we are going to skip this, so we're not going to make any stitch over this stitch, and then over the chain we are going to make 5 single crochets. So over this chain 3 space, we are going to make 5 single crochets. So after the 5 single crochet, this stitch again we are going to skip it, and into the next stitch we are going to make 1 double crochet, then the second double crochet, the third double crochet, and the fourth double crochet. And into the very last stitch we are going to make 1 single crochet. So next we're going to chain 1 and turn again, and this chain 1 doesn't count as a stitch, and we're going to skip the first stitch, and into the next stitch we're going to make 1 double crochet, and into the next stitch another double crochet. Then we're going to make a chain of 9, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now we're going to count 4 stitches, and we're going to skip those 4 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to skip 4 stitches, and into the 5th stitch we are going to make 1 single crochet, and then we are going to chain 9 again, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we're going to count 4 more stitches, and we're going to skip those 4 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, and into the 5th stitch we are going to make 1 double crochet, and into the next stitch another double crochet, and the last stitch we're going to make 1 single crochet. So here we have made the eye sockets using the chain of 9. So we're going to chain 1 and turn, and this does not count as a stitch. We're going to skip the first stitch, and the second and third stitch we are going to make a decrease. So put your hook through the front loop of the second stitch, and then pull through it, and then put your hook through the front loop of the third stitch and pull through it. We'll have 3 loops. Now pull through all the 3 loops. So we have made a decrease here. Now we are going to make 1 half double crochet over the chain of 9, and following this half double crochet we're going to make 9 single crochets over the chain of 9. So once we have made 9 single crochets, we are going to make 1 single crochet in the center stitch, and then again we are going to make 9 single crochets over the other chain of 9, and at last we'll make 1 half double crochet over the chain of 9, and then we're going to make a decrease in the last 2 stitches. So pull through the first front loop, pull through the second front loop, and then pull through all the 3 loops. So now turn your work and skip the first stitch. Next we are going to make 4 single crochets in the next 4 stitches. This is the second single crochet, the third single crochet, and the fourth single crochet. Now we're going to make 6 half double crochets in the next 6 stitches. The first half double crochet, second half double crochet, third half double crochet, the fourth one, the fifth one, and the sixth half double crochet. Now we're going to skip the next stitch, the center stitch, and then we're going to make another 6 half double crochets over the next 6 stitches. So it's the second half double crochet, the third, the fourth, the fifth, and the sixth. After that we are going to make 4 more single crochets in the next 4 stitches. The first one, this is the second one, third, and the fourth. Now we are going to turn our work, and we're going to skip the first stitch, and into the next stitch we're going to make a first single crochet, the second single crochet, third single crochet, and the fourth single crochet. Following this we are going to make 10 half double crochet, the first half double crochet, the second, the third, fourth, fifth, the sixth half double crochet, then seventh, eighth, 9, and 10. Following this we are going to make 4 more single crochets over the next 4 stitches. The first one, the second one, third one, and the fourth one. So we are going to turn our work and skip the first stitch, and then into the next stitch make 1 single crochet, another one into the next single crochet, and then the third single crochet and the fourth single crochet. After this we are going to make 8 half double crochets in the next 8 stitches. So the first half double crochet, the second one, the third half double crochet, and here we have completed 8 half double crochet. So then we are going to make 4 more single crochets. So once we are done with the last single crochet, we're going to turn our work and skip the first stitch. Now we're going to make 5 single crochets in the first 5 stitches. So second single crochet, third, fourth, and the fifth. Now we're going to make 4 half double crochets in the next 4 stitches. and then we are going to make 5 single crochets in the next 5 stitches. So here we are done with the last row. So after this we are just going to make our stitches along the border of the skull. So what we are going to do is we are going to mark this last stitch, and after marking the stitch we are going to work around the skull. So we will be making single crochets, and depending upon the size of the stitch we might make one single crochet, or we might make two also. So here we are making one single crochet in each of the stitches here. So while making the single crochets, try to catch hold of both the loops of the stitches. So sometimes both the loops may not be available. In that case you can make the single crochet over a single loop, but it is always better to make your single crochet over two loops. Now here we're making one single crochet over each of the stitches on the sides, and here into this space, since it is a bigger space, here we're making 3 single crochets in the same space. So depending upon how big the stitch or the space is, you can make the single crochets. Also make sure that while making the single crochets you are not making the stitches too tight, and in case you make it too tight there is a chance that the uh, pattern might curl up, or there might uh, curve inside. So try to keep the stitches loose, and based on your judgment make either one single crochet in one stitch, or if required more than one single crochet. So here in the corner stitches I am trying to put 2 single crochets into the same stitch, and then again into the space where the teeth area is, there I'm placing 2 to 3 stitches, and in the rest of the stitches I'm placing just one single crochet. So crochet around the skull till you reach the marked stitch. So here we have reached the marked stitch. So once you have reached the marked stitch, you can make a slip stitch and then chain one and then trim off the yarn. So this is where we finish off with the white yarn, and we are going to make another round of single crochet but with a black color yarn. Now take the black yarn and make a slip knot, and we are going to remove the marker, and just after the uh, stitch where we ended our white yarn, we are going to pull our slip knot through the stitch, and then we're going to chain one, and then we're going to make a single crochet over each of the stitches of our previous round. And while doing that, we are also keeping the black and the white tail yarn behind it, and we're crocheting over it so that the tail yarns are hidden. So this row is pretty simple because we're just going to make one single crochet over each of the stitch. So we're just going to make one single crochet over each stitch of our previous round. So we're going to do this until we reach our first stitch. So here we have reached the last stitch. So just go over to the first stitch and then make a slip stitch and then chain one and trim the black yarn. So here we are almost done with the skull pattern. The tail yarn which is hanging out, we can use a crochet needle or a crochet hook and stitch it into the existing stitches. So next we're going to make the bow for the skull. So we're going to make a magic ring, and into the magic ring we're going to pull and then twist the yarn and then make our first chain. So we are going to make a chain of 5, the third, fourth and the fifth. So after the chain of 5 we are going to make 5 double treble crochet into the magic ring. So when we make a double treble crochet, we will be yarning over 3 times and then pulling through the loops. So as you can see here, we'll yarn over 3 times, then pull under the magic ring and pull through first 2, second 2, third 2 and the fourth 2 loops. So we'll do this 5 times and make 5 double treble crochet into the magic ring. So once you have done 5 of them, we are going to chain 5 again and we are going to slip stitch it to the magic ring. So we are going to pull under the magic ring and then make a slip stitch. So pull the 5th chain closer to the 5 treble crochet and then make another chain 5. This is the other part of the bow. So here we're going to do exactly what we did on the other side. After the chain 5, we're going to make 5 double treble crochet into the magic ring. So make 5 of them. This is the third one, fourth, and this is the 5th one. So once the 5th one is done, we are going to make a chain of 5 and again we're going to slip stitch it back into the magic ring. So since it is the end of this round, so we're going to chain 1 and pull it tight. Now we are going to close the magic ring So we are going to pull the tail yarn tightly and close the magic ring. Also here we will be trimming off the yarn. So now we have two tail yarns. We will roll both the tail yarns over the center part of the bow and tie a knot at the back side. And with the remaining tail yarn, we can either use a needle or using a crochet hook, we are going to stitch it to the corner of the skull pattern. So here I am just using a crochet hook and I am pulling the two tail yarns through two stitches and then making a knot on this side. And after making the knots, since I do not want this yarn to stick out on the other side, I am pulling it back to the front side, and here on this side again I am placing a knot and I am trimming it off as close as possible. And since this knot will be hidden behind the bow, so we need not worry about any tail yarns. So on this side we have the bow, on the other side we are going to make a mustache. So to make a mustache we are going to first take a brown yarn and we are going to make a slip knot, and then we are going to chain 19. Once we're done with 19 chains, we're going to start our work from the second chain from the last. So we are first going to make 4 slip stitches in the first 4 stitches. So this is the first slip stitch, the second slip stitch, third slip stitch, and the fourth slip stitch. Next we are going to make 1 single crochet. Then we are going to make 1 half double crochet in the next stitch, and then we are going to make 2 double crochets in the next 2 stitches. Now we are going to make 2 slip stitches in the next 2 stitches. So the first slip stitch and the second slip stitch. Then we are going to make a chain of 3. So this chain of 3 acts as our first double crochet. And into the next stitch we are going to make the second double crochet. Now we are going to make 1 half double crochet into the next stitch, 1 single crochet into the next stitch, and the remaining 5 stitches we are just going to slip stitch over. So make 5 slip stitches over the next 5 chains. So this is the last chain and we are going to make our last slip stitch, and then we can chain 1, pull it tight, and then trim off this yarn. So we have 2 tail yarns left on this edge. So either using a needle or using a small crochet hook, we can stitch or crochet in the tail yarn. So I have used a smaller crochet hook and stitching in the tail yarn as shown in the video. Now fold the edges of the mustache and curl it a bit and place it just below the nose, and after you have placed it correctly in position, use a black or brown thread and a needle and stitch it in to the skull mask. So here our skull pattern is ready with a bow and a mustache on the other side. So you can hang it to the wind spinner using some beads and a thread. The pattern of the wind spinner, the link to the video will be available in the description. I do hope you subscribe to my channel and turn on the bell icon for notification and give me a thumbs up. Thank you guys for watching and have a good day.